What is up, people? Welcome to an Overreaction Monday of the hottest sports podcast. South the best damn sports podcast. Period. That's right. This is Sentell. Intel. I'm live on YouTube. What a weekend in the NFL it was. We also had football, but it was a big NFL weekend. It was one of those weekend we kind of separated some teams, found out who was real, who was fake, who was pretending, who was contending. Lots to get into today on this show. You know who I am, aka Mr. No Days Off, aka the One Man Dynasty. Lots to get into, like I mentioned. College football playoff rankings will be out tomorrow. I will give you my just a few minutes of those. Talk about big matchup between Ohio Penn State this past weekend. Georgia A&M. That was about that was it. But we had a big upset also in college football. Sadly for yours truly, the Oregon Ducks went down. I've been singing and heaping the praises of Oregon Ducks all season. They bit the bullet this weekend, so a big upset in college football. So once my college football playoff rankings, we can discuss those too. Because I'm going to go ahead and just start the phone line. I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up. I want comments and phone calls. So it's an Overreaction Monday. So I want to hear from you people. 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. So phone lines are already open. But let's discuss. Let's start with last night's NFL game last night. It was the San Francisco 49ers defeating the Green Bay Packers 37-8 last night in a dominating performance, specifically by the defense. They dominated in every aspect of the football game last night against the Packers. They stopped the run, shut down the pass. I mean, they held Aaron Rodgers 20 completions to 100 yards passing. Let me say that again. They held Aaron Rodgers to 100 yards passing with 20 completions. That's how dominant the 49ers defense was last night. 5 sacks, countless other hurries, hits, and knockdowns. They were just phenomenal up front. It was good to get DJ Jones back. He had been out the last couple of weeks. He's really the anchor for us, the run defense. Rest of those guys really want to get up the field and rush the passes. Now they can play the run, but he's the guy on the inside that kind of the disruptor that kind of take on blocks and helps the running game. And you saw that last night. We kind of shut down Green Bay's running game. Aaron Jones had been great all season. Didn't score a touchdown last night. He had 14, I think, coming into the game. And once you get the 3rd and long, you could just turn all your pass rushes loose. There was no D Ford last night, but that didn't matter. Buckner, you know the name. Armstead, Buckner, Bosa, and Jones. They just kept coming in waves. Solomon Thomas, they just come in waves. And Fred Warner is quickly turning into one of the better linebackers in the NFL. Talking about sideline to sideline, sticks his nose and on all plays, just sticks his nose in all the business. He is really good. But the 49ers just dominate. Jimmy then turned the ball over. Jimmy G then turned the ball over last night. Very efficient. 14 of 20, 250 yards, 2 TDs, no INTs. That is the stat. No INTs. We did struggle on 3rd down, but that was the key to the game for the 49ers. Defensively, too, both teams struggled on 3rd down, but Packers go 2 for 13 on 3rd downs. That is very Green Bay like, especially with Aaron Rodgers. So just another tip of the cap to the 49ers defense. Outstanding once again. And just dominated Green Bay 37-8, 23-0 at halftime. Wasn't much of a game, and despite all the injuries, I just failed to mention George Kittle did come back. He impact very much known. Over 100 yards receiving, a touchdown, I think 6 catches. the best tight end in the league? Question mark. I mean, he's one or two. You can't put anyone else ahead of him. And he kind of makes this offense in the passing game go. And you see how better Jimmy looked when he's in the lineup. All of a sudden, the team that could only run the ball at the beginning of the season now has found passing game. Deebo Samuel showing up the last few weeks, had a big touchdown yesterday in a run. Emmanuel Sanders didn't do much yesterday, but he's back healthy with Kittle. Now you got weapons. Running backs are there. Breeder been out, but this team is good, man. This team is good. Maybe the best team in the NFC. Seattle did beat us, so I give them a little leeway, little credits. New Orleans, but this team, yeah, and it's going to be tough. All of a sudden, Levi Stadium now, home field advantage. In the past, we were criticized that the stadium was not like Candlestick used to be, which is the old stadium, but it's starting to find its identity. I get anytime you give teams a good sports team, you can make the environment what it is for the most part. You can. And all of a sudden, Levi is a tough place to play. And 10-1, the Niners are 10-1. Remarkable turnaround. Let's go back to Saturday, and then we'll get back to the NFL. Again, lines already open. 864-378-0163. 864-378-0113. If you want to get in to the show right now, lines are already open. 864-378-0163 right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. Going back to Saturday, mentioned Oregon losing to Arizona State 31-28. Trailed in the fourth quarter 24-7 before making a furious comeback. Got the 24-21. 3rd and 16. Got a chance to get out the field. Chance to get the ball back to a hot offense and Justin Herbert at that point. Give up a big long bomb for about 70 yards, and that was the ball game. Shout out to Jaden Daniels, freshman quarterback for Arizona State. Threw for over 400 yards, 4 TDs. And Herm gets another one. And I knew this would be a tough game on the road. Arizona State hasn't played well, but they will be up for this game. Herm has a way in the last couple of years of getting his teams up for big game to beat Michigan last year. Knocked off some decent teams this year. So he have guys ready. And Oregon didn't play well, but that's what happens when you have 18, 22-year-olds. This is what separates the elite teams and elite programs from just great programs and great teams. You have to be able to go on the road and harness that and find a way to win games in tough environments, against adversity. So they're out of it. They are completely out of the playoff race. They are no more. So we say goodbye to Oregon. We say goodbye to them. Way to the Ducks. Hey, I tried to get up, try it, but gotta go out there and do it on the field. Again, number 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. If you want to get in Overreaction Monday, react to what you saw from the weekend. Also, this past Saturday, it was Ohio State over Penn State 28-17. J.K. Dobbins for 157 on 36 carries. Here's a stat. Here is a stat. They held Sean Clifford, the Penn State quarterback, to 71 yards. 71 yards. This was a very, very potent offense coming into this game. They had put up a lot of points against a lot of people. Ohio State holds them to 17 and hold the quarterback to 71 yards. Just a dominating performance by the Buckeyes. They are legit. They are real. Number 2 LSU beat Arkansas 56-20. And you talk about that. Clemson had the week off. Mentioned Georgia beat Texas A&M. I know Georgia fans are out there. I know they're out there. I know they want to call me a hater, and I get it. I get it. But you can't honestly tell me. You can't honestly tell me you feel confident about your football team going forward. You can't tell me right at this very moment that you feel comfortable if you had to play any of those top 3 teams. Now you're gonna get LSU next week. But I mean, do you really feel confident about a game against Ohio State and Clemson or Utah at this very moment? 19-13, and you know me, that game was, I don't make excuses, but that game was poorly. It was poorly all the way around. But Georgia in conference play, I mentioned the stat last week. I think it's scoring 22 points a game in SEC play at home. 19 won't help it. I'm not a math major, but it won't go up from that. But nevertheless, Georgia gets a win over Texas A&M. Utah and dominant over Arizona 35-7. Moss is outstanding, the running back, 26 carry, 200 yards. They held Arizona to 196 yards with a total offense. They are really, really, really good. Utah and Tyler Huntley. So that was your really a recap of the weekend. Not a whole lot going on in football. This week, of course, is Hate Week, also known as Rivalry Week. I love this week, man. This is a week, man, where you get the crazy trophy games, the Paul Bunyan axes, and the cups, and just old fashioned hate. I mean, it's a great week. All the rivalries: LSU, Texas A&M, Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson, South Carolina, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Bedlam, Florida, Florida State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, in the border war. Oregon State, Notre Dame, and Stanford. So just so many big games. Virginia Tech, Virginia. So many huge games, man. I love this week right here. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. Sadly, I would not have a show Thursday or Friday. So if you want to talk about rivalry week on this show, you have to talk about it today, because I will not be able to discuss it with you Friday. I don't know, Mario. I mean, I feel you just saying, but my only argument to that is Georgia hasn't really played any prolific offenses. You look at the offenses that they've played. I mean, A&M, Florida, Auburn. I mean, those offenses, I wouldn't necessarily call those offenses prolific. I just can't see you holding. You're not holding Ohio State at under 20. You're not holding LSU under 20. You're not holding Clemson under 20. Maybe Utah, because Utah at times can get stagnant offensively. But you're not holding Ohio State, LSU, or Clemson under 30. All those teams in the top 5 in scoring offense. There's no way. There's no way you hold those teams under 20 points. No way, no how. You know that, and I know that. But hey, keep winning. Like I say, I'm about to give you my college football rankings here in just a second. Again, number 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. Let's see. I'm about to give you my college football top 6 ahead of tomorrow's top 6, because I know they're not gonna look the same. Because, hey, let's face it, do what they want to do. They're driven by a whole lot more than I'm driven by. But here are my college football playoff rankings. We read them and weep. Let's get to them. All right. This week's Sentell's college football playoff ranking, brought to you by me. Brought to you by me. Let's see. At number 6, I have Alabama, and it's simply because I don't know who to put at 6. I just don't. I don't trust Oklahoma. I don't think they're any good. I just don't. Baylor. Minnesota has a chance. If they beat Wisconsin, I can legitimately see them at 6, because they will be a good one-loss team at that moment. I don't trust Oklahoma. Baylor, again, like I mentioned, they got one loss, but haven't really beaten anyone. So, I mean, I just got Bama there because they did lose to LSU, but they got 46 points. So, I can't have no higher than 6. So, I mean, out of necessity, and then no tool, so they'll keep dropping in my poll. I got Bama at 6. At 5, I got Georgia. Again, not overly impressed with them, but if they keep winning, they'll be fine. Defense is really good. Offense is leaves a lot to be desired. They have they have gone back into the Stone Age with this offense. This offense is prehistoric. This offense has not evolved at all. This is just I don't. This is a it's an eyesore. Like it is an eyesore to think that Georgia has all these talented players and they play the game the way they play the games. I mean, I just can't understand why they play the way they play. It is crazy. But I got them at 5. At number 4, I have Utah. Again, Utah, the 4th ranked defensive team in the country. I know a lot of you people don't know that because you don't stay up past 9 o'clock. You don't care about anything other than people who play football in the South. I get it. But Tyler Huntley, Zach Moss, and this defense is legit. I told you at the beginning of the season in the pre-show. This defense is legit, and the only reason at the time I couldn't pick them to go any further, get that back up there, and the only reason that I couldn't pick them to go any further, yeah, and the only reason I couldn't pick them to go any further, I've seen their offense get real stagnant. At times it can look ugly. It can look like it can't move the ball either. So that's why I was like, no, I can't go no further than that where I had them going, winning the Pac-12 South. Ultimately, I had them losing to Oregon. But, this team, their offense is starting to come around. The defense is already there. Like I said, the fourth scoring defense in the country. So they can stop you and keep you out of the end zone. They're really good. At 3, I got Clemson, of course. To me, it's only 2 teams in the country that the most complete teams. Clemson is number 3. They're one of those teams that are complete. They're second in scoring defense. They're 4th in total offense. So that's balance. They can score the ball. They can stop you. So that's balance. So I got them at number 3. At number 2, I have LSU. Love the offense. The defense has given me pause for concern the last 2 weeks. Ole Miss put up ridiculous amounts of yards against them. And then this week, Arkansas put up 20. I know you said it's just 20 points, but it's just the fact that Arkansas is just god awful. And I'm just concerned with LSU defense. They have fell all the way down to like 48th, I think, in the nation in total defense. So I am worried about their defense. Offense is second in scoring, but I'm in total offense. I am worried about them a little bit. I am worried about LSU at this moment. And the other team, I have it number 1. I think them along with Clemson are the most complete teams in the country. Ohio State is 3rd. They're 3rd in total in scoring D, and they're 3rd in total offense. They get it done on both sides of the ball. They have a dominant defensive player in Chase Young. Justin Fields the real deal. J.K. Dobbins can run it. They have a boatload of receivers. They really, really talented roster. It's funny because look, talent for talent. Look at these rosters, and this is why they harp back on the Georgia thing. Like Georgia rosters is just as talented as Ohio State roster, but they playing 2 different styles of football, and they don't even look the same. It doesn't even look the same. They have the same kind of talent, and it don't even match up. Georgia's all the way down to 64th in offense. 64th in offense. This is a team that is consistently recruiting top 5 classes, and they're down to 64th in total offense. That don't even seem right. That don't even sound right that Georgia would be down there with the 64th ranked offense. So that's the difference in the teams I had. That's why I have it. Ohio State, the most complete team in the country. Now the resume is starting to match up because they're starting to get wins. They have a big game coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that in just a second. LSU's at 2. Worry about the defense a little bit. Joe Burrow's your Heisman Trophy winner. At number 3, Clemson, the 1 or 2 teams that are the most complete teams in the country. Clemson at number 3. At number 4, I have Utah. Defense is legit, and they can move the ball. Tyler Huntley and Zach Moss. At 5, I have Georgia. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep winning your ball games. 19-13 over A&M. At 6, I have Bama just because I don't trust anybody at this point at 6. I just don't. I don't trust Oklahoma. I don't trust Minnesota. I don't trust Baylor. And that would be the other teams I could put in there. And if you look at this point in the season right now, the top 5 teams If all those teams win out, I can't. I know actually Georgia can't. Technically, I'm just saying. If they were to win out, each one team wins out, they all going to the playoffs. Those top 5 teams would get in. If they all win out, do what they're supposed to do. The only team that needs help is Bama and Oklahoma. But those top 5 teams, if those top 5 teams win out, they would get in. There would be no questions about those any 5 of those teams if they would have went out. In my eyes, I know people are gonna look at Utah and say, and this is it's gonna come up because it's a lot of Pac-12 hate, Big 12 hate, Big 10 hate. So yeah, it's gonna come up because I do think the Oregon loss actually not only hurt Oregon, it also hurt Utah. Oregon fell all the way from 6 to 14 in the latest AP poll. Now I don't know where they're gonna be in the college football playoff ranking, but they fell from 6 to 14 in the rankings. So not only did they hurt themselves, they also hurt Utah. In doing so with that, I think they also hurt Utah. So again, if you want to get into the college football playoff rankings, if you want to talk about hate week, rivalry week, love this week in college football, you can 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163 if you want to get in and talk about some of the playoff implications and college football playoffs and what the rankings, my rankings, or what you think the rankings should be, who's in control of their own destiny, who's in, who's out, who should be in, who shouldn't be in, all of that good stuff right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. What I'm going to do right now is take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to switch gears and going to talk about the NFL. What a day of NFL. NFL was fun yesterday. The NFL was really, really fun yesterday. We're going to talk about some of these games, go down the scoreboard, and then we'll get back, talk in depth about a few of the bigger games. We'll talk about more in depth. But don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. This is Sentell right here live on YouTube. Yes, sir. I am back. Back. NFL. What a week it was. Week 12 in the NFL season. Oh man, what a fun weekend it was. First, with the Bills defeating the Broncos 20-3. The Bills are now, if you believe it, the Buffalo Bills, sitting here 8-3. The Buffalo Bills. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And they play the Cowboys on Thursday night. That'll be an interesting matchup. Josh Allen playing. Each week he gets better. Singletary getting the running game going. But bigger news in that game was that Frank Gore, the great Frank Gore, has now moved into the top 3 all-time rushing list. He passed Barry Sanders on Sunday, so we have a round of applause for the one and only Frank Gore for surpassing Barry Sanders on the all-time rushing list. Bills improved 8-3 over the Broncos 20-3. It was the Bears over the Giants 19-14. Mitchell Trubisky somehow, some way found some offense. Giants are just looking forward to 2020 in the NFL draft. It was the Steelers defeating the Bengals 16 to 10. 16 to 10. The Bengals remain winless. The Steelers turn to the Hodges kid. They bench Mason Rudolph. And Hodges gave him a spark. He comes in, leads a touchdown drive, and the rest they say is history. It was the Cleveland Browns. All of a sudden, the red hot Cleveland Browns beat the Miami Dolphins. Now they beat the Dolphins yesterday, but the Browns have won 3 straight. They have got it to 5-6. Baker threw 3 TDs yesterday, 2 to Jarvis Landry, 1 to Odell Beckham Jr. Nick Chubb went over 100 yards and touchdown. Kareem Hunt scored yesterday. 41-24 Browns, and here they come. Probably can't win the division, but look out if they make the playoffs. They could be a very dangerous football team. It was the Buccaneers over the previously hot Atlanta Falcons, 35-22. Jameis Winston. I'm telling you, this guy would make you sick if you was a fan of the Buccaneers. Like, you just get literally sick. I mean, he goes from great to bad to great to good to awful. Like, 3 TDs yesterday, but 2 interceptions. 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. But he went over 300 yards again. Chris Godwin was just a monster yesterday. Like I mentioned last week, they have 2 guys in the top 5 in passing yards. They're going to throw the football. It's just Jameis is frustrating as hell. I just don't understand what to do. I don't know what to do with them. Falcons are a mess. I thought Dan Quinn would be fired today. He hasn't been fired today. I just knew he would be out. They are just awful. Just a damn mess. Just embarrassing. Yes, they're a really good game yesterday. I mentioned the Panthers and Saints last Friday because I felt like this was really the Panthers' last shot to make the division competitive. New Orleans being 8-2, they were 5-5. You lose the game, you fall the 4 back, tiebreaker, yada. Panthers fight all the way back, get this thing to 31-31, drive it all the way down the field, set up for a 28-yard field goal. You think it's a chip shot, and oh my goodness, the kicker missed it. Oh my goodness. The Carolina, I am not trolling right now. The Carolina Panther fans, you should be sick to your stomach today. What an awful way to lose a football game on a 28-yard field goal. No kicker and no level should be missing 28-yard field goals. Period. Especially not indoors. No kicker should definitely be missing 28-yard field goals indoors. What a joke. NFL kickers are just the worst. Lost and all that. DJ Moore played probably his best game as a Panther. Had 2 TDs yesterday. He showed up big time. He is becoming a #1 receiver right before your eyes. He was great yesterday. Drew Brees was as well. Over 300 yards, 2 TDs. Saints beat the Panthers. Division pretty much over with now. Panthers can't catch them. Big game in Philadelphia was Russell versus Carson Wentz, and it was Russell prevailing 17-9. I told you last week I was done with the Eagles. I'm still done with them. They are just a mess. I know they have a ton of injuries on offense, but I don't know. I just don't trust what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I've lost faith in Carson Wentz. I think he's lost faith in the players. I think the players have lost faith in him. It's just a mess in Philly right now. Seahawks did nothing special. They just managed not to turn it over as much. Made a few plays in the passing game. Seahawks win 17-9. The Redskins get their second win of the season. They beat the Lions 19-16. Dwayne Haskins gets his first win as a starter in the NFL. The Lions started Jeff Driscoll. Used to be a Florida Gator. That's about the further I can go with that because he was horrible yesterday. He was terrible. He was trash. And a bit of a shocker yesterday. The Raiders, who have been playing really well, 3 straight, go up to New Jersey, and the Jets just blow the doors off them, 34-3. Derek Carr gets benched by the end of the 4th quarter. Sam Darnold looked good. Le'Veon Bell did some nice things, but I mean, just a complete flop. A complete flop by the Raiders, 34-3. In a game, I know it was a 1 o'clock kick on the East Coast. I get that, but just a complete no-show by the Raiders. A complete no-show. It was the Titans led by Ryan Tannehill, 42-20 over the Jaguars. Titans are now 6-5. Ryan Tannehill accounted for 4 TDs yesterday, 2 with his legs, 2 through the air. A.J. Brown showed up. I told you who was the best receiver in this class. I told you it was A.J. Brown. No one listened to me. Everybody fell in love with Metcalf, and I get it. Metcalf is a combine stud, and some of the other receivers that were taken, but I believe in AJ Brown, and he's showing you why I thought so highly of AJ Brown. 2 touchdowns yesterday for over 130 yards. He was great. Titans get the win. Jacksonville is also now looking forward to the 2020 NFL Draft. In the main event at 425, rain, cold, windy, Foxborough, Massachusetts, Patriots, Cowboys, America's fraud versus the best franchise in the last 20 years. You know, eyeballs were everywhere, and what a complete letdown it was by the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys right here on the show Friday to win this game, and once again, they have let me down, and they have let me down for the last time because I am off. I am out. Jumped out the Browns winning the division. Falcons let me down. I jumped off that, and now my NFC Super Bowl pick, I have completely dropped them. They were not. I repeat, not. They are not going to the Super Bowl. You hear me? They are not going to the Super Bowl. Not. Nada. Zip. No chance. This Dallas Cowboy team has zero chance of going to the Super Bowl. Zero. I am out. I am out. They lose a game yesterday. I know it was rainy. I know it was cold. I know it was wet. But that was a complete no-show and a complete they laid an egg yesterday. I don't know what to say about that. It just did. And I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the Cowboys. Every time they match up with teams with exact talent or a good football team that can match them, they just can't handle it. They can't rise to the occasion. There was only one offensive player for the Cowboys that I thought that really showed up yesterday, and that was Ezekiel Elliott. He was ready to play. He was ready to get it. He was ready to do whatever it took to win the game yesterday. The rest of the Cowboys didn't want no parts of that. And one guy in particular was a complete no-show. Wanted zero to do with this game yesterday. One guy yesterday's game had the same amount of catches as I had yesterday sitting on my living room couch. A complete no-show. Amari Cooper. A complete no-show. Wanted no parts of the weather. Wanted no parts of Stephon Gilmore. Wanted no parts of it. Zero parts of it yesterday. And you could tell. I heard nothing about no injuries yesterday coming to the game. Yet they was on the sideline during parts of the game, just standing there. He wanted zero parts of that game yesterday. And then the one play that he had a chance to make to extend the drive, he dropped the football. Now I know Cowboy fans are going to come on here and tell me about the 2 tripping calls. They were awful. The second one was one of the worst calls I ever seen. But that is not why you lost the football game. That is not it. Third down conversion, you were terrible. 2 of 13. You were 2 of 13 on third down conversions. You were terrible. The quarterback had a 15 QBR and a pick. Your defense held Tom Brady in that weather up there. The Patriots had won 20 games in a row at Foxborough. 20 in a row. You hold them to 13 points. This offense, with all this money tied up into it, the offensive line, the running back, soon to be quarterback, a first round receiver, and you get 9. 3 stinking ass field goals. I can no longer sit here and support this because what I've seen is this is what I know about the Cowboys now. Other than the fact when they play bad teams, they look good. Everything has to be ideal for them to win. The weather has to be perfect. The birds got to be singing. Dogs got to be barking in the street. Amari's got to be healthy, completely 100% healthy. Everything has to be ideal for the Cowboys to win. And you think this team, the only way they're going to win the division because the Philadelphia Eagles stink. And you think that the Cowboys because they'll get one home playoff game if they win the division. You think the Cowboys are going to go on the road and beat the New Orleans Saints, or beat the Seattle, beat the Green Bay, beat the San Francisco, beat the Minnesota? You think that's going to happen? You think this team is going to go on the road to beat anybody? They're done. I'm out. I am out. And maybe Cowboy fans are happy that I am officially out. Maybe I am a jinx. But what I saw yesterday, and every time you match up against a good team with likewise talent, with likewise skill, you fold like a piece of damn paper. Like a cheap suit, you fold. Like, again, yesterday, that game was more about the mental part of the game than the physical part. Cowboys did not want to be there. The weather, the conditions, they didn't want no smoke yesterday. Amari Cooper didn't want no smoke yesterday. He was in solitary confinement all game yesterday. Lockdown. Shoot program. That's what he was yesterday. Locked up. They won't let him out. This guy's making almost $14 million this year in his rookie contract. And that Cowboys are going to have to pay this guy in the offseason. That's the second time I've seen him against a really good cornerback. He's disappeared. You remember the game against the Saints? Marshall Lattimore. Big Clink. Had him on lock. Had him on lockdown. The kind of guy you want. He ain't no Michael Irvin. It's not a Michael Irvin. Can't see it. You want to get in on this conversation? 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. If you want to talk about the Cowboys debacle yesterday, you can. Any game on the NFL docket you want to talk about, we can. Got a big NFL game tonight, Monday Night Football. It is the Ravens at Rams. It is Lamar versus Jared Goff. It is Ty Gurley. It is Mark Ingram. Should be a really fun game tonight. I'm gonna get out here right at 8:15. So I know people want to get that and then check out Lamar. Lamar has been fantastic so far. Probably him and Russell Wilson MVPs. Kind of 1A, 1B right now. Russell didn't play well yesterday, so a chance for Lamar to go into play a really good football team defensively, do some things, and maybe he jumps back up and takes the lead in the MVP race. But here we are. Lines are open. 864-378-0163. Right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period, on our Overreaction Monday. Sentell is in the house. We talked about Ohio State win over Penn State. Oregon loses to Arizona State. They're out of the playoffs. I gave you my top 6 playoff rankings. This week is hate week in college football, also known as rivalry week. Got Ohio State, Michigan. Big time matchup. I told you people what was going to happen. I told you people what was going to happen. After Michigan got beat down by Wisconsin, I told you they were going to rattle off a few wins against not so good opponents. Back in the top 10, and sure enough, here they are in the AP top 10. Ohio State is coming to town into the big house. Gonna put their feet up on their coffee table, and I just don't. Michigan can't. No. I don't care about them winning like 4-5 games in a row. I do not care about any of that. None of it. It's just like the Cowboys. They beat those lesser teams and run through them. You know what? I don't want to hear no more about it. I don't want to hear about Michigan beating lesser teams. I don't want to hear about Cowboys beating lesser teams. Beat somebody that matters. Michigan, beat someone that matters. What's so bad about this whole situation? What pisses me off? I picked Michigan at the beginning of the season to win the Big Ten. I did that. I picked Michigan to win the Big Ten this year. But I said, if not now, when? Did not know Ohio State was going to be this good. I didn't know that. But this Michigan team, they're not beating that Ohio State team. I don't give a damn what happens. You're not watching any film, any tape. They not beating this team. I know how they looked the last few weeks against Indiana and Navy and some other Big Ten, lesser teams in the Big Ten. I know what they've done. I know what they've looked like. I get it. But I'm not buying I'm not buying that one iota. Don't trust them, won't trust them, can't trust them. Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson opens a 25-point favorite. Will this be Will Muschamp's last game? If not, it should be. And if Will Muschamp's not going to be fired, then Ray Tanner needs to be fired. What a dumpster fire that! What a 4 years in, 4 years into Will Muschamp, and you're at home and you're underdog by 25 points to your in-state rival. How does that make you feel, Gamecock fans? At home, it's your in-state rival. 4 years with a same head coach, and you're a 25-point underdog. How does that feel, Gamecock fans? How? Let me know how that feel. 864-378-0163. Again, 864-378-0163. Right here on the best damn sports podcast, period. Sentell. In the house on the Overreaction Monday. What a night. I can't wait for this week, man. It's going to be a great week. Always, rivalry week is always great, man. The trophies, the border wars, some of the crazy names they come up with for these games. I can't remember who's had the Paul. Is it Minnesota or Wisconsin with the Paul Bunyan, or is it Iowa with the Brown? Oh, one of those Midwestern time with the Paul Bunyan Act. That's a crazy one. I like that one. The Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn. I'm thinking that Auburn actually gonna win this game. I would actually pick Auburn to win this football game. So they're gonna beat Alabama, put them out their misery. Now again, the top five. I mentioned the top five control their own destiny. Ohio State wins out their end. LSU wins out their end. Clemson wins out their end. Utah wins out their end. Georgia wins out their end. So I think those top five teams control their own destiny, and that's it. I think Bama, Oklahoma, Baylor, Minnesota would all need help at this point, and that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's gonna be your playoffs. Somewhere in that scenario, those five teams, Bama, Oklahoma. I think that's the only legit playoff field I can see. I don't see in the past. Like I said, if Minnesota can beat Wisconsin, that should get them past Bama and Oklahoma, because that would be a quality win on the road. They would have one loss. I don't believe in Oklahoma. It could lose to Oklahoma. I don't believe in it. To me, it's Utah, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Texas A&M. And I'm sorry, LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia. LSU plays Texas A&M one week. So be careful. Be careful. Rivalry game. It's a rivalry. I mean, Louisiana and Texas do border each other, so it is a bit of a rivalry game, I guess. You want to get in before I get out of here? 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. Right here on the best damn sports podcast, period. Sentell. I'm your host, a.k.a. Mr. No Days Off, a.k.a. the One Man Dynasty. I am in the building on the Overreaction Monday. No show Friday this week. No show Friday. I should be back next Monday. If not, stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on the best damn sports podcast period page on Facebook. But no show Thursday, no show Friday. So just I'll keep you posted on the best damn sports podcast period page. A few more minutes. Cause kickoff is about right around the corner for the Ravens and Rams Monday Night Football. I will get out of here before they get hot and heavy into the action. Monday Night Football. So, I want to thank everyone who commented. I want to thank everyone who tuned in and watched. Reminder that the Sentell Intel, like I said, we'll be back next Monday. Possibly, I will keep you posted. If not, everyone have a very, very, very happy Thanksgiving. I meant to say that early in the show. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Eat all the food you possibly can. Y'all be safe. I will see you guys next Monday night. Don't hold me to that. But I will see you guys next time for the hottest sports podcast in the South, Sentell. I am your boy, the one Wesley Sentell. I will see you guys next week. I am out.